Well, Derek, as you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so guess what?
What?
Mushroom farmers are joining forces.
I love it.
To raise awareness and to raise funds for breast cancer research. Here to tell us about the Mushrooms Go Pink campaign is Clare Jones. She's a nutritionist, and she's going to show us what we can do with mushrooms. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here. It smells delicious.
No kidding.
Can you tell us first, what is the campaign all about?
Yeah, well, let's just take a step back and talk about breast cancer. It is the leading breast cancer in women in Canada today, and it's touched all our lives in some way. And when it comes to diet, there is actually some things you can do to help with the fight against breast cancer. And that's where mushrooms come in, because some people say, well, mushrooms, breast cancer, what's the link?
Right.
Mushrooms have been shown to have anti-tumor activity.
Really?
So including about 3 or 4 mushrooms in your diet a day as part of a balanced diet can actually help prevent breast cancer.
Cooked or raw?
Either way.
Oh,
Either way.
okay.
Yeah. So Mushroom Farmers of Canada have partnered with the Breast Cancer Society of Canada, and we've got these mushrooms in pink packages in all the major grocery stores, so you'll see them now up until November 11th. And for every package that's bought, we will make a contribution to the Breast Cancer Society of Canada. So it's a really great program, and look for those in your store. We also have a website, which is mushroomsgopink.ca, so there's more information on that site about it. Yeah.
And mushrooms are just add so much to a meal. You're going to show us exactly that. And look at the variety of mushrooms.
Yeah,
everyone always thinks of the white mushrooms, but there's such a
know.
wide variety out there.
There is, yeah, and I can talk about a couple of the varieties, because a lot of people, like you say, have just tried the white, and maybe it's time to, open up, try a couple of different mushrooms, because there are so many on the market. So we've got our white button mushrooms. The next sort of step up is the cremini mushroom. So if you want to try something different, it's a little bit different than the white, just a little more meaty and a little more flavor in it.
Right.
And then the portobello mushroom, which a lot of people probably have tried. Nice and meaty.
These are like steaks.
Well, you can use them as a meat substitute, and that's the beauty of mushrooms, that they're so versatile. So actually, a cremini grows into a portobello.
Oh,
so
mini portobello.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
And these are relatively new on the market. They're called an oyster mushroom. No, sorry, a king oyster mushroom. Yeah,
Right.
so they're delicious, just sliced up and sautéed in pasta or something like that. Really
My mother
good.
loves these. She puts them in soup.
They're my favorite. Yeah, and
very
soup,
often
they're
in the
great.
grocery
No,
store.
but you will see them more.
Okay,
so, yeah.
excellent.
Oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and enoki mushrooms. So all kinds of variety.
And
Love it.
does it change in terms of, according to the mushroom, how much anti-tumor activity they have?
The bigger the mushroom, the more of that anti-tumor activity they do have. So the bigger mushrooms just have a little more of that in it.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
You are making one of our favorite dishes here today.
Oh, great,
Both
yeah.
of us love this dish.
Good.
Let's talk about this one here that you've got.
I'm making Vietnamese mushroom and beef soup. Really easy to do, simple. And that's another thing about mushrooms. You can usually use them and get a meal on the table really fast if you're looking to do something quickly and nourish your family. So I've got some beef broth in here. If you wanted to make this more of a vegetarian option, you could use a vegetable broth.
Okay.
And to that, I'm going to add some seasonings. And this is an Asian dish. It's called pho, is the name of it. You want sort of a sweet and salty and spicy combination. So I'm adding a bit of brown sugar to that.
Okay.
And I'm also adding some star anise for people that haven't seen it. Yeah. Star anise, it's almost like a licorice smell to it. Yeah.
That's right. It's like a black licorice,
Yeah,
right?
so a couple of those in there. If you don't have any in the house and you want to make this, you could maybe put some cinnamon in just for an alternative.
Okay.
Some chopped ginger.
Oh, I love ginger.
Yeah.
Great flavor.
Now, just some of the Asian seasonings. This is fish sauce. If you don't have fish sauce, which is a Vietnamese kind of salty sauce, you could use soy sauce instead.
Okay.
And you don't need too much of it because it's very potent.
Very potent, yeah. Just so I'd say a
don't go
tablespoon
crazy.
or two. No, and it does have quite a distinctive smell to it. Some hot stuff, yeah, sriracha. Okay. And, do you like it spicy? You can add more.
Oh, I love that stuff.
All right, put a bit more in. And some hoisin sauce, just to make a little bit of sweetness in it.
Nice.
And like I said, you can flavor this to the way you like it. Some rice noodles, which I have already soaked before. So what you do is just take your dry rice noodles, soak them in some hot water straight from the tap.
Oh, okay.
And for about 5 minutes.
So you don't have to boil it in
No,
this
you
case.
don't. Just let them soak. And then I'm going to add to that some rare roast beef.
Oh, yummy.
Oh, and of course, our mushrooms. Almost forgot those. I have a mixture of shiitake mushrooms, which I find go really nicely in Asian-type dishes, and some of the cremini mushrooms. So that's basically it, and what you'll do is just leave that to simmer on the stove, probably for about 10 minutes till the mushrooms have gotten more tender and it's gotten nice and hot, and then we'll just let that simmer for a few minutes.
And it's so quick and easy to do. This is the great thing about this type of
really
recipe,
quick and
right?
easy. Yeah, and a lot of people say, well, wild mushrooms, there can't be much in them other than water, but they're actually what I call a nutritional powerhouse.
Okay.
There's virtually no fat in them. There's only 14 calories in a cup of raw mushrooms. There's no sodium, and yet there's tons of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and they're the only vegetable that has naturally occurring vitamin D. So lots and lots of good things in mushrooms.
Awesome.
Claire, should mention as well, if people go and like the Facebook page, they can help with the fundraising
They
efforts.
can,
Right?
yes. So if you go to the mushrooms, we have a Facebook page which is Mushrooms Go Pink, and you can, if you click like on that, we will also make a contribution to the Breast Cancer Society of
terrific.
Canada.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
Simple.
it's great.
And you're also making sauteed mushrooms
I'm
as
just
well?
going to do what we call a simple sauteed mushrooms, and this is really to remind people that, you know, if you have a chicken breast for dinner or something like that, you can really up the flavor and also the nutritional value of it just by putting some sauteed mushrooms on it. I always forget about this. I'm like, oh, it just needs a little something.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have mushrooms in the fridge. It's a good way to do that. And when you're sauteing mushrooms, don't crowd the pan too much. Just put a few in there, because if you crowd it, what happens is they steam in their own juice. They don't, you know, get nice and brown and
Yeah, because I guess you
caramelized.
get a lot of moisture coming out of those,
You
right?
do,
That's part of the
yeah,
problem.
exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't want to do that too much.
Simple way to add some great flavor, as you said, to any.
It is, and
any
you could put
kind
it
of-
on a steak, on a burger, on some pasta, on a salad. You know, so versatile. And I'll just add, too, that these recipes are on our other website, which is mushrooms.ca. So
Okay.
you can get the pho recipe and the simple sauteed mushroom recipe.
And they have some great recipes on there. I was on the website over the weekend. If you're trying to hide mushrooms from your children, which is something I need to do with my child, you can sneak them in with some of their recipes.
There's one that's like, it's almost like chicken fingers, but it's actually mushrooms, and they're coated in sort of a, you know, crispy coating. And
very nice.
I've had my kids eat that, and they'll eat it. So
Excellent.
try that one.
All right, I will for
yeah,
sure.
We're just
yeah.
running out of a bit of time here,
Okay.
so you're adding thyme.
Just adding some fresh
Adding
thyme.
some thyme because we're running out of
Yes, we're running out.
Right. You can add any herb, but dry or fresh.
Okay,
and then,
perfect.
yeah, and those are basically ready.
Well, those
so.
look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're probably going to sample some of this right
I think
now. But thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us
for having me.
today.
Thank you.
And definitely go to your local grocery store. Check out the mushroom aisle. You'll probably see these pink containers there. Make sure you pick up at least one. And coming up next, we do have Mud Lake. Ottawa's
right.
own Mud Lake is performing. They have a new album that's available on their website that we should have on the screen soon. You can go to the website and download it there. It's called Wake Up Buttercup. Take it away, guys.